We talked about why we use hand gestures, and that's one reason. Another piece of advice I've heard is speaking loudly. When you're trying to speak loudly, you're more likely to speak slower, and that means you're going to have enough time to think, and that means you're going to use fewer filler words. Okay? Some people say relax, which is easy to say but hard to do when you're stressed during a presentation. So that's fine. Shorter sentences, also helpful advice. Instead of making long sentences that are hard to remember, those kinds of sentences, the long ones, tend to lose the idea, and then you start using filler words trying to remember what was I trying to say. So an easy fix is to use shorter sentences. The last piece of advice is be persistent. So keep trying. Practice. Of course, we all know practice makes all presentations a little bit easier. So filler words come. Why do we use them? Is because we've lost track of what we're trying to say. The best way to get rid of them is to practice, slow down, change those words with other words. If you're using you may not know that you're doing it, so it's really important that you record yourself speaking a little freely. So even though you're giving an opinion about something, let yourself wander a little bit, because we're trying to see what the filler words are. If your filler words are like mine, so can be replaced by many words, but okay and all right, not so much. So I have to practice as well. Hey, I'm as I do these, I think I improve. I hope I improve. I'm pretty sure I improve. All right. Today, one of the challenges I would like to give you for practicing to see how many filler words you use is try to imagine the last time you talked to a tourist. Now, the tourist doesn't necessarily have to be someone from another country. They could just be someone from out of town. When people come from Seoul to Busan to visit, they all say, hey, where's the best place to go? What's the best thing to do? So I want you to think about those situations. You're going to be talking to foreigners that could be in any country, anywhere in the world. If you follow my advice and you're using an app, and they're going to be asking you, well, if I come to your city, what should I be doing? Before you make your presentation, I want you to do two things. One is, I want you to make a presentation with just whatever you can come up with at the moment. So sit down, record 2 minutes, 3 minutes, doesn't have to be long. Just if somebody asked you right now, hey, what should I do in your town? What should I do in your city? Where's the best place to eat? What's the most fun thing to do? What comes immediately to mind? So one short part, just immediately come to mind. The second part, I want you to actually go online and in your own language, search what are fun things to do in your city. When you make the second presentation, try to add a little bit, not just say, oh, online it says you should do A, B, and C, but think about it differently. Think about that information like, online it says you should go to this restaurant. I haven't been to that restaurant, but I've been to a similar restaurant, and I think this restaurant is the best. Here in Busan, the fish market is really old, and they have this weird thing where you, on the first floor, you go and you look at all the fish and you pick the fish you want to eat. The fishmonger, he or she takes that exact fish you pointed to and they kill them right there. Meanwhile, you go to a place across the street and you sit at this restaurant and the fish guy comes and he brings you sashimi, and you can just eat that fish you just saw there. Now, for Koreans in Korea, that's great. That shows to them, wow, this is fresh. That's perfect. It's exactly what they want. To non-Koreans, it can be a little intimidating. It's like this special thing, and that's a personal experience that I would recommend to people coming to visit Busan. Think about what's recommended online and think about a personal experience and try to explain that in a video. The point is, this is how we practice changing the way that you normally speak to foreigners and help introduce you to the way foreigners think. The more intimate, meaning I actually went and I did it and here's my experience, that's more interesting to me than the internet said it was cool. Just think about it. I mean, maybe you disagree and that's fine. It's really up to you. That's just my suggestion. You have a way to practice not doing filler words, and let's see how you do. So you have to try. Okay, try making the 2 videos. Short, nothing long. Make all the mistakes you need because we want to hear how many filler words you're using. We want to know what those filler words are so that we can improve. And then we'll keep going. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.